Hello, good morning everyone. Sorry for the awkward lighting. I'm actually refilming this video because I didn't even start editing the first one and I realized that I knew I wasn't gonna like it. So welcome to this kind of special Halloween episode, I guess you could call it. Here's a tour of all of my favorite costumes that I own. I feel like some of these are gonna be very obvious if you have been following me for a while. If you have seen my Instagram or my TikTok, you know that there are some characters that I post a lot of, so. Obviously, okay, I haven't worn this in ages, but one of my absolute favorite costumes is my Suicide Squad Harley Quinn. I bought a lot of these pieces. I obviously have two jackets. I bought this jacket at a convention, actually, when I was wearing it for the first time, and I originally wasn't gonna get the jacket because I wanted the Hot Topic jacket, but it was impossible to find. I can't remember if I bought this secondhand or on sale from Hot Topic. I'm not entirely sure, but the jacket and the shirt are the Hot Topic ones, and then I made the shorts, which are in here. And actually, this was like one of the first costumes I did a ton of research on, and one of the main pieces of research that I did was on the type of sequins that the shorts are made of, because I could not find the scale hanging sequins that were used. And so I bought sequin fabric that was not it at all. And after I wore it for the second or third time, I think, I didn't remake them. I recut them so that they were a more accurate shape. And then, oh, this is what the fabric looked like originally, where I apparently didn't glue on individual sequins to get a more accurate look. Yes, that is what I did. And I made the belt as well with just I think 3 pieces of trim. I don't remember how I made the buckle, but I feel like it's made of hot glue, just emotionally. And I went through probably 6 pairs of fishnets. Another big Harley hit is of course my club dress. This is apparently in pieces, but this was my first ever competition piece, and I placed in it. I thought that I took second, but I took third. And this was when FanX was figuring out their cosplay contest still, and so it was not novice, journeyman, masters or anything like that. It was comic book, movie or whatever. So I took third in the comic book category in this dress. I'm very proud of it. I definitely earned that award. I actually went in on screenshots from the movie and I hand counted exactly how many little pieces were in each of the black diamonds so that they would be the exact perfect layout, and then it's all hand painted. And I took the back piece off, apparently, the extra straps, but it had adjustable straps. It was absolutely gorgeous, and I can't believe I kind of took it apart. I must have been trying to repair it or something. I obviously have not worn this yet, but I am so proud of how this jacket turned out. I'm sorry. It just looks kind of insane the way that I just had this fabric for years. And then, yeah, all of my patterned piecing and everything that I did is just gorgeous, and I'm very proud of it. And I'm definitely looking forward to finishing this costume and actually wearing it at some point. It's on my list. I'm sure you guys are gonna be sick of seeing these costumes soon, but I'm so proud of this Rhaenyra costume. Obviously, I placed second in the Masters category. All of this smocking was absolutely insane. I'd have to look at how many hours of smocking it was, but I rewatched all of Game of Thrones while I was doing the smocking and House of the Dragon. So however many hours that is. And then obviously my first foray into gold work, and I actually got the proper gold work pieces to replace these, the actual accurate ones. Yeah, don't pretend like you don't know immediately what's coming next. This is my working rack, if you couldn't tell. So this is kind of new stuff that I'm working on, stuff that I'm going to be wearing sooner. This is my newest Rhaenyra costume. If you watched this, you would know that just the base embroidery, which is the gray, it's so hard to tell. That's just the gray. Took about 250 hours. Yeah, and then that doesn't include all of the lock stitching, all of the beading. Oh, and then the belt. This is the piece I am most proud of out of everything. I learned a completely new skill to make this belt, and it was gold work, and I cannot wait to play with gold work in the future. Like, it was so humbling, like, not being able to cheat this how I wanted and like having to completely redo a piece. Like, I learned so much, and I'm so excited to take that knowledge forward. Like, I'm already making plans on how to use it. And if you didn't watch the videos on me making this costume, I mean, I highly recommend them. Let me just point out my favorite piece is actually these gold beads right here. These are the stomach thorns on a type of beetle, and I imported them from Thailand, and then they are silver leafed in the screen accurate marbled silver leaf from England. Those are my favorite parts out of this entire creation, other than the belt. But I love telling people that I'm like, they're like, oh my god, it's so gorgeous, and I'm like, oh, you want to know something really silly? These are my bug parts. If you ever hear me talking about my bug parts in a video, that's them. I think I'm happy with the tour of this shelf, so let's go upstairs maybe? I'm trying to get this set up again. I had like the perfect angle last time. Okay, this is where I keep all of my other costumes. This is my spare room. This is also where my bookshelves are. Anyways, we'll just start here. I did literally just throw this on the ground because I thought I was gonna sit on the bed. Oops. One costume I'm very proud of because it's a very nice mixture of bought pieces, DIY pieces, and made pieces is actually my Killjoy. I bought the jacket, it came with the backpack, I bought the beanie, and then everything else I DIY'd or made. The like bandana is a piece of the fabric I used to make my Daenerys costume. The shirt was a t-shirt I already owned that I painted. The belt was super DIY'd, but it's like perfect. And same with like the leg holster, like this costume, I love the way that it turned out. I love the way that it looked. And I loved that it really made me not afraid to buy pieces. I used to be so scared to buy costumes. Let's be honest, we're gonna talk about this entire bag, so we'll just get her all out. This is most of my Harley Quinn costumes, and a few of these I'm hoping I get to actually like break out properly. So these two are both Spirit Halloween items, and they look so good. I was actually debating wearing this for Halloween tonight. I just don't know for sure though. I was thinking about it. I want to use my natural hair for something, and I could pull this off if I really wanted to. But honestly, like both of these items, Spirit Halloween kind of popped off. I bought these in 2020, and they're so good. So this is my roller derby costume that never saw the light of day, and I can't believe that because look at how good it looks. It looks so good. Obviously you can see like the hem of the shorts where it's kind of fallen out, but I popped off making this, and I even have the helmet and everything. I have the skates. Like, it looks so good, and I just never wore it. Criminal. Absolutely criminal. And then my Marilyn Monroe Harley costume. This is just a tour of all my Harley costumes, but this was perfect. I think I made this out of scraps. I'm not gonna lie. I think this was all made out of scraps. And the gloves, I think these were my first gloves I ever made. I can't remember if they fit properly or not, but I feel like they didn't. Last Harley costume, I promise. I also can't get it all the way out because it will get sequins everywhere, but this is my red dress from the Suicide Squad. This is the costume that got me back into cosplay. Like, I can't even lie. This is the one that got me back into cosplay. It turned out so well after taking a 3-year break from making anything. And yeah, I need to break her out again too because I loved her. I loved her! And I used my natural hair for this one again, which, if you've seen my career, this is my Frozen 2 Elsa dress. This was like kind of impossible to make. Not like impossible, but like it sucked to make because you had to be so accurate with where you were sewing the velvet onto the organza, and also I used a stretch velvet and I attached it to a non-stretch fabric. But this was an adventure, and not my first foray into like rhinestones, but like one of the cleaner ones, not gonna lie. Speaking of rhinestones, I actually just brought this back from storage at my parents' house. This was for the She-Ra group I did in 2019 as a contest project, and I love this one. We didn't place. I still think we should have, but we didn't, but it's fine. You know, as you always do. But this is She-Ra. This is the only one I brought back. It was the prom dress episode. You go from the prom dress into She-Ra. Ta-da! And like, there's so many rhinestones on this costume, and they're like nice ones too. And I loved it, and I brought it back so that I could wear it again. Like, they're everywhere. There's rhinestones everywhere. They're on like the back, under the cape, they're under the skirt. Oh my goodness, what got on this? That's crazy. But I love this costume, and that's why I brought it back to wear. Last one in this closet, and then I think I have like 2 or 3 in another closet in this place, which is crazy. Okay, this is my Corbin Dallas from the Fifth Element costume. The zipper's actually broken, so I can't like unzip it to show you. But I love the way that this jacket turned out with all of the pockets and everything. I obviously stole the ties to do something else on it. But this was my second ever contest piece, I want to say. I wore it to a tiny convention in the middle of nowhere, basically. I think it turned out so well. When I actually wore this, literally in the prejudging for the contest, I was like, yeah, just like, be careful. The shirt's a little wet because I literally just dyed it that morning and it hadn't dried properly yet. I was like, yeah, just like, you know, be careful you don't get any like orange dye on you. It turned out so good. Oh my god, wait. Oh, I wish that zipper wasn't broken. I would so wear this tonight for Halloween. I have some other ideas too. Okay, let's move to our last location and then we can wrap this up. I actually changed my mind and I brought them in here because they probably just need to go in this closet anyways. Oh my god, this is so heavy. This is most of my Game of Thrones costumes. The only ones that I don't have here are my 2 white fur coats for Daenerys. This one, I'm not gonna take it out of the bag because I'm not, but this is my Conqueror Daenerys bunny suit from Con of Thrones. So I actually made this out of an existing costume of mine. My first ever costume was a horrendous Black Widow bodysuit, but I was able to take that apart, basically cut off the legs and use those to recreate into this. And then I think I literally spray painted it silver. And this was like days before the convention, like literally days, but it turned out so good. I'm so proud of this costume. It actually got torn in a bar in Nashville. I think the tie just got torn off. But this is my season 6 Dragonstone Landing Daenerys costume. This one was my first real big build for a cosplay contest. These are the screen anchor beads from England. I have a shit ton of these left. My first ever smocking, lock stitching. I had no idea what I was doing, but it turned out so well and I'm so proud of this costume. I'm so proud of this costume. And I wore this in a Game of Thrones group. I wore this a lot, but this is the Sansa. My friend Brittany wore the Sansa costume. This was the most basic of them. It still looks so good. And I definitely learned my lesson here where I went with a fabric. I was never truly happy with this costume because I went with a fabric that looked like the pictures from the set and not the pictures of the costume after the color grading, because they color graded the shit out of Game of Thrones. This one is the real heavy one. This is our real piece de resistance. The Arya costume, all of these little pieces, all these trapezoids were hand cut out. Oh my god, I didn't realize how much the paint had worn off. Yeah, I can't remember the exact number, and I actually think I was redoing the top of this in real leather, and I found it recently. These are our real award winners over here. Oh my god, they're freaking heavy too. This one, I know what this one is, and I actually am thinking about getting this out to finish it, because I have done photo shoots in this costume before, and the part of it is already complete and has just been sitting sadly on a shelf looking absolutely gorgeous for years. But I finally think I found the technique that I wanted to use all along that I didn't know about. This is my unfinished Lady Loki costume. Okay, I got way further into this beading than I thought I did. I originally, let's see. Okay, there's so much more to this than I remember. My original vision for this, oh, I actually got like a ton of beading done on this. Okay, I don't remember doing this. This is an open front skirt that is insanely heavy. I originally wanted all of the layers to come up and bustle, and then to fall down and each layer to be embroidered or beaded with a different part of Loki's story. And so obviously I kind of honestly have this section done, but where did that snake go? Oh my god, there's literally still the beading needle attached to this. That is so funny. Where is that snake? Ooh, I've got stars embroidered on here too. Like, oh look, I've got the snake all drawn out. No way, that is so funny. So this is literally the inside of the skirt. Oh my god, I should finish this. I want to do this. I'm gonna take all of this off. I want to do this out of gold work now. But I would love to enter this in her Universe San Diego Comic-Con fashion show. That is where I would enter this. I think that is now it. I'm just gonna, yeah, I'm just gonna end this like this, I guess. So thank you for being here. I hope you enjoyed. I hope you enjoyed seeing all of my costumes from the 11 years I have been cosplaying. We don't count the 3-year break that I took in the middle because I was burned out and it was not my fault. But thank you for being here. I hope you enjoyed, and I will see you in the next one. Bye! Wait, I forgot one. Whatever, it's Violet's corset. You've already seen it.